Hello there. Welcome to the first episode of We Don't Shut Up. I am your co-host, Stephanie.
And Michelle.
And we are doing this for the very first time. We have no clue what we're doing, but we're going to do it anyways. So the first thing that we want to do is talk about what we can't shut up about this week. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let Michelle go first. Few things that she can't shut up about this week. So yeah, take it away.
So first things first, there's a lot of things I can never shut up about. Like whenever I start talking about a topic, I just talk and talk and talk. So this week, I felt that it was a good idea to talk about the Michaela Nogueira and what was his name? Matthew Stevens. So basically, this is what happened.
Yeah. So who the heck are they?
Okay, so Michaela Nogueira is like a really, really popular like makeup beauty influencer.
I think I actually have heard of Michaela.
She's like
I just didn't know her last name.
Jersey, and she has a very Jersey accent. If you've seen her, you'll know who she is if you saw her. But there's a guy, it's small business. He came out with a like bronzer that is basically it's a self-tanning thing.
Yeah.
Self-tanning lotion. He basically came out with it. It's it's innovative because it's based on your skin tone, your eye color, and your hair color.
Yeah.
So it matches you.
Yeah.
So he asked her to review the product, and she said she was going to the next day.
Yeah.
Well, long story short, it's been 4 months since she told him that she was going to record the thing. In those 4 months, he put in a $10,000 order so he could sustain the business that she was going to send to him by reviewing his product. So he put in an order worth of $10,000 because she told him that she was going to record that.
And she still has not recorded the video till this day.
Well, she recorded a response to his video because he called her out on TikTok and was like, I'm done with her lies. I'm $10,000 out of money.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, I wish she wouldn't have taken it to TikTok. Like, he repeatedly texted her and was like, hey, like.
So what is her, like, why didn't she record this video?
She just hadn't gotten to it.
4 months later?
4 months later. So he asked her, like, on New Year's Eve. He was like, hey, if you, like, want to do a New Year's Eve, like, look or something, like, it would be so perfect at this time. And all this stuff. Like, the first initial contact from him was it was in October. So her saying now that's like, I just didn't get to it. I didn't have time.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just frustrating for her to say that.
She should have just said no, or like, I've got too much on my plate right now. I'm sorry. I can't do it for you. Right. Or something if she didn't really want to do it.
Exactly.
Maybe she did try and do it, but the product was just bad, so she didn't want to.
Well, then she, like, in her response video, she had it on, and she's like, I have it on right now, and it's great. But she never actually filmed the review. So it was...
Well, I feel like, honestly, now he's probably getting more clout, and that's why he took it to TikTok. And
at this point...
Called her out, so now he's not out $10,000, I'm sure. I'm sure he's made money off of it.
Yeah, but it's, like, the principle.
Yeah, it's the principle, for sure. Like, she should have just been like, yo, I can't do it. I have too much on my plate.
Like, half of the internet is like, well, I'm with Matthew. Like, you shouldn't have said yes. And then the other half is like, you can't depend on somebody that says, I'm going to do a video to put in a $10,000 order.
Yeah, that's also true. Like, you can't, like, you need to go around, like, as a small business owner myself, like, even I tell you, it's not, like, a full client unless the money is in the bank account.
Right.
Like, I will not go off of someone's word for anything. So I need to see the money. And then I know, like, it's secured. Other than that, like, no. You can talk all the talk you want to talk, but I need action.
Especially not if there's no contract or anything.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I can definitely see both sides. I think they're wrong in, like, their own ways.
Yeah, the people that I've watched have been, like, they're both wrong. There's another topic that I do have, but I can save it for next week if you have a really big topic to talk about.
Well, I kind of want to talk about, I do have a topic actually, because I know I told you before we started recording that I didn't know what the heck I was going to say, but I just thought of one that I've been working on like this whole week. And guys, I'm going to hook you. I'm going to hook you on it right now if you have not like tried it. And no, this is not sponsored. This is our first episode, so it's not sponsored at all. We're not getting paid crap for this, but
no, we're not.
Notion. If you have not used Notion and you are like super organized and you want to have like everything like super, just organized and like the aesthetic of Notion too. I mean, it takes some time obviously to like get everything like templated and like everything the way you want it.
Yeah.
But once you do, and I'm not saying I'm there yet because I'm not, like I just started like putting some stuff in there. And I have like what they call like the dashboard, like ready to go. But other than that, like it still needs a lot of work. But I can already see like it helping me in certain ways. And like my dash has like my goals for the year. It has like,
it looks so pretty.
Yeah, it's very, very pretty. And it's honestly any aesthetic. So like if you're like a colorful girly, you could do that. If you're more of like a minimal, like black and white girly, then you could do that. I'm more black and white, as you can tell. But it's it really does help, and it really keeps you organized. And I also have seen it like for academics and stuff. Like if you're in school, like you can use this and like
it's
as
so
a planner.
Useful for school.
And honestly, I was like, where the heck was this when I was in school? Because it looks so good. Like you keep everything like on track. Like, and obviously I don't know like all things. I am not tech savvy by any means. All the stuff that is in front of us is all basically Michelle, but it really does help keep you organized and keep you like in the loop of like everything going on during the week and stuff like that. Also, if you're a small business owner, I feel like it helps a ton too, because we've got so much going on that you just don't know.
It's just like a good place to like have all of your life together kind of thing. Like everything in life is in that one spot. I call mine life planner. Yeah. Like that. It's my whole life. Yeah. I actually brought this idea to Steph.
Yeah. But I ran with it. She has not ran with it yet.
Yeah. Not entirely, because it's frustrating to me, like how much time you have to put into it to make it look good. But my initial idea was to use it as a meal planner, which it has worked for the meal planner. I actually went to the grocery store yesterday, got all the stuff I need. But that's cool. It's really worked in that sense too. So there's so much you can do with it.
Yeah, like you could do like meal planning. There's one for traveling. There's one for financials. There's a morning routine and there's an evening routine, which those are like, that's like my jam. Like I need my morning routine. I need my evening routine. So you can keep everything like in there. So you just refer to one thing. Like, we were getting ready to record and everything like that. And I was like, oh, you know what? I should probably like free up some space on my computer. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to put it in my Notion so I remember later today to do it. So it's honestly really cool. I can't stop talking about it this week. Like anyone who asks me about it, I'm going to be like, Notion. She's
like, oh my God, Notion.
Yeah. So I absolutely love it. You guys should look into it. And if you do like it and if you do start using it, let us know, because I'm sure that you'll find way better ways to use it than the way I'm using it. So yeah, let me know because I'd love to hear about it.
So our main topic for today is, am I the asshole?
Like, am I the asshole?
Or like, are you the asshole? Let me just preface that we are both assholes.
These might be brutal judgments, but it's like,
very much so.
This is just who we are, okay?
Truly.
And we decided to do Am I the Asshole for like our first one because one, it's fun. And I honestly hadn't like really looked into or really heard of Am I the Asshole until Michelle like pulled it up on some podcast that she listens to. And it's hilarious. Because it's like you get a scenario and then you talk about like what you think about it, or like, is that person right or is that person wrong? So yeah, I'm excited to get into it because I've never done it before.
Yeah, and Stephanie hasn't seen them at all. Like I went in,
I haven't.
I picked them, I screenshotted them, so we're just kind of, I'm gonna read most of the context because some of them are really long, and then we'll just give our opinion on it.
Yeah, let's do it.
So, am I the asshole for not letting my niece be the flower girl at my wedding? So, let me give the context.
Okay.
I am getting married next month. My brother and sister-in-law have a 5-year-old daughter, Emma. They assumed Emma would automatically be the flower girl in my wedding. The issue is that I have asked my best friend's daughter, Hannah, to be the flower girl instead. Hannah's mom is my maid of honor, and she is like family to me. When I told my brother and sister-in-law that Hannah will be the flower girl, they got really upset. They said I'm choosing friends over family and breaking their little girl's heart by not giving her this special role. I tried to explain that I've known Hannah her whole life too, and it's a sweet full circle moment to have her in the wedding. We have a very special connection that I don't have like this with Emma. So basically, brother and sister-in-law got really upset because niece is not going to be the flower girl. She chose a friend, a friend's daughter, which is basically like a sister to her, obviously. So I thought this was very fitting since you just had your wedding. Honestly, like 3 out of the 5 of these are about wedding.
Okay, so here's the thing. You guys may know this, may not know this, but I have my wedding planning company. So I run a wedding planning company here in the Sarasota, Tampa area. So this hits home because I run a wedding planning company. Also, I just got married November 11th of last year. So also hits close. So I might be a bit of a savage on this one. So I don't care if you're family or not. Like, one, it's my wedding. I get to decide who. You cannot just assume because she's my niece that I'm going to have her as my flower girl. Don't get me wrong. I had my niece as my flower girl. But because I wanted to, because it came from my heart, that's what I wanted. You can't just push it on someone. And I hate this, and hate might be like a big word, but I strongly dislike people when they're like, because we're family or because we're blood.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't care if you're blood. Like, I can feel more attachment or have a better relationship with someone that's not my blood.
For sure.
Than someone who is my blood. So just because your blood doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
1. And 2, like, it's my wedding. I get to decide who I want as my flower girl. I'm sorry if your feelings are hurt. Like, don't really care. Honestly, you're not an asshole. I think you should have your best friend's daughter, who you really want, as your flower girl. And then if you really wanted to, like, be like, you know what, like, I don't want my niece to feel a certain type of way. If it's like really your niece, because a lot of times parents make it about them and it has nothing to do with the kid. So if it's really about your niece, have both of them be your flower girl.
Yeah.
You can have both.
I mean, in this scenario, clearly it wasn't like she didn't put her as, like, it could have been 2 flower girls.
Right.
But she was gung-ho on the friend's daughter.
Yeah.
She is clearly more attached to her.
Yeah.
Who knows what the circumstances are?
Yeah, like, you don't know. Like, maybe they don't live in the same state.
Yeah,
like,
But I mean, I don't think you're the asshole. I think we just view it from a lot of different aspects because of the wedding planning business and also you getting married. From the, I guess, maid of honor perspective that I don't think that anybody should impose anything on anybody about your wedding. Like I mean, okay, I think that people should have more of a say if they're helping plan heavily or pay for it, but that doesn't mean you impose. You just give an opinion.
Right, if I ask you for it. Right. But if I'm not asking you for an opinion, then no. Like, I tell my couples all the time, I'm like, listen, this is your day and you do it however you want. If you want to throw tradition out the window, then you throw tradition out the window. If you don't want a flower girl at all, if you don't want a bridal party, then that's it. Like, it's not like no one's going to look at you differently. And if they do, then that's on them. Like, who cares? You're the one, like, paying for this. This is your wedding. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
Yeah. I don't think you're the asshole.
All right, next one. So this, like I said, a lot of these are wedding related.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for saying no to my fiance's choice of best man? It's his ex-fiance's stepdad.
That would be the best man?
Yeah. Let me give context.
Okay.
My fiance announced he wants his ex-fiance's stepdad to be his best man at our wedding. I've immediately said no. I wasn't aware he is in contact with his ex's family, let alone the stepdad is his best friend. We've been together for 3.5 years and due to get married in 6 months.
Okay, and this is his ex-fiance. So they were going to get married.
His ex-fiance's stepdad and his ex-fiance's mom.
Okay, so here's my thing. Like, it's a tough one, but the key there is that she didn't know that he was even in contact with them. Yeah. So how much of a best friend can you be if your fiance doesn't even know that you're in contact with them?
Yeah. Okay. So I think that there's
fishy.
Two things here.
Very weird.
Either one, you guys have very, very, very poor communication.
Yeah.
And
red flag.
Yeah, that's a huge red flag. The other thing is, why would he want his ex's parents to be that close in his new life?
Yeah.
Without like you're saying, how much could they be in his life if his fiance doesn't know?
Also, it's it's his ex-fiance.
It's
not his ex-girlfriend.
There needs to be
that's a line.
You need to cut the umbilical.
That's a line. Yeah, I think that's a line that you just don't cross. That's your ex-fiance.
Unless it's okay, there's situations.
Also, why did they not work out? Why did they not get married?
Right. There's an exception to every rule. There's situations where maybe they were that close.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they clearly weren't that close.
Yeah.
Because if not, the new fiance would know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
honestly, red flag. I don't think you're an asshole.
No, I don't. It also depends on how you approach the situation. Let's sit down.
I think you need to talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you need to talk.
Let's sit down. Let's talk about this, because you can't just be no, that's not your place either.
Yeah.
He's allowed to have whoever he wants as his best man, but there's conversations that need to be had. So
a little weird.
Next one. Am I the asshole for refusing to lend my designer purse to my sister-in-law for her wedding? So this is the context. I have a Chanel purse that was a gift from my parents when I graduated college. It's by far the most expensive thing I own. My brother recently got married, and his new wife, Amy, asked if she could borrow my Chanel purse for their wedding day for photos and reception. Amy doesn't own any designer bags and really wanted one to complete her wedding look. I politely declined to lend her my purse. That purse is extremely valuable to me, and the thought of something happening to it makes me anxious. Amy called me selfish and materialistic for not lending it to her for the wedding. She said I was more concerned about a status symbol than helping family. My parents and brother also got upset with me, saying I should be willing to share my things with my family, but I don't think I should have to hand over my most prized possession just because it is for a wedding. Now the whole family is angry with me. Am I the asshole for not lending my sister-in-law my expensive designer purse for her wedding? She's acting like I ruined her big day over this, but I think it's an unreasonable request. So I think multiple people in this scenario are assholes, because I think you're kind of an asshole for not lending her the Chanel purse. Well, hold on.
Abundance mentality, yeah.
Okay, yeah, but throw that out the window, because people aren't like that. So she has a Chanel purse. I understand it's valuable to her, but she's acting like she's not going to be at the wedding. She's acting like she doesn't know what's going to be going on with the purse, and she's acting like they're not going to take care of the purse. I also think that this purse, she's also acting like the purse is like a child.
She's putting too much emphasis on the actual purse. Also, I'd like to know the color of the purse, because if you're talking about a white Chanel, then I don't know.
Right,
but if you're talking about a black Chanel, I don't know. Maybe the color makes a difference. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get that. But I think at the end of the day, she's kind of being an asshole for saying no, for not lending it, because it's why? I get the materialistic value. I get that it's valuable to her.
Yeah.
But I also get how it's kind of materialistic that she won't just say yes.
I agree. I think it's materialistic. Also, at a wedding, the bride doesn't really, she's not going to carry a purse the whole time.
But she doesn't know that.
I mean, okay. Maybe she's not married. I don't know. But you don't. As a bride, you don't carry a purse. You just put your lipstick and stuff in there, and then it gets stuck in a room.
They could have compromised and been okay, you can use it for photos. I'll be there with you.
Yeah, and you just hand it right back to me or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that. I agree with you. I think there's multiple assholes here. Also, your whole family doesn't need to get mad at you because you're over a purse.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't think that. I think there's multiple assholes in this scenario.
I think it's too much.
I think there are
too many assholes. All right, next one. This one was actually posted 2 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Am I the asshole for booking a full day solo activity when on a holiday? My girlfriend and I are going on a holiday for 5 nights. We have been looking at activities to do and have picked out a few to do together. There is one thing I really wanted to do, but my girlfriend had no interest. It's a full day activity, and since my girlfriend didn't want to do it, I said I was fine doing it on my own. She said I shouldn't be doing that since we're going away together, but I mentioned that we've got 5 nights there, so we'll still have plenty of time together. She told me I shouldn't book it, but I pointed out we're not likely to go back to this place on holiday since we want to try new places each time we go away, so this might be my only chance to actually do it. She just said we're supposed to be spending the holiday together and that I shouldn't be planning to spend a whole day apart from her. I just repeated that we still have plenty of time. She just said I wasn't considering her and that I am wrong for deciding to book it. Am I the asshole for booking a solo activity while on holiday with my girlfriend?
Here's my thought, and I don't think maybe a lot of people agree. It just depends on what kind of holiday they're going on. Like, is it like a romantic holiday for like the two of them?
Well, they're going away together to spend time together. That's it says she told me I shouldn't book it, but I pointed out we're not likely to go back to this place. She said I shouldn't be doing that since we're going away together, but I mentioned we've still got 5
Honestly, if Justin and I go away for like a week and he's like, I really want to do this and I don't want to do it.
He wants to golf.
Yeah, he wants to go play golf. Like, go ahead, buddy. Like, I am going to go relax by the pool.
Yeah, I think that
sip a pina colada.
I think
have fun.
We would be totally fine with that because of the way that we are. Like, if Andrew were to tell me I want to go play basketball all day, like,
go ahead, have fun.
You do you.
Like, I like my personal, like, I like my space. I like to be with myself. So on holiday, not on holiday, whatever it is, and I think that's why my relationship works so well with the person that I'm with, is because we do give ourselves that personal space. So for me, I wouldn't have an issue about it at all.
But I can see
why
I can see the problem here because she is voicing to him. Maybe instead of doing it a full day, maybe
do
find
half
one
a
that's
day
half a day or something. Because I mean, 5 nights is not that much either.
Yeah.
So a full day gone. I mean, I would be fine with that, but I understand why somebody wouldn't be.
Yeah, I get it. I get why you wouldn't be okay with it. And I think there are valid points to it.
Yeah.
Also, is this something he does all the time? Like, is it like, you know what I mean? Like, there's different factors of it. So I don't think you're an asshole, per se. Like,
I think you're an asshole if you approach it the wrong way.
Like, if you're like being like mean, or if you're like, well, like, you know, just you ruin the whole holiday because, you know, you got an attitude, then I think that's not okay. But it just depends, honestly. Like I said, like, I feel like Michelle and I would be okay if we were in that scenario. But
yeah, for sure.
It's just everybody's different.
Yeah. All right. This is the last one I have.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for not giving up my room to my spoiled sister? For context, I was never given anything for my own. Everything was a hand-me-down from my siblings despite being a middle-class family. I can so relate to that. I never got gifts for my birthday and expected to be grateful to have a roof above my head. On the other hand, my sister is a spoiled brat who somehow is the favorite child. She gets what she wants in the exact same day, no matter how expensive it may be, and she still thinks she deserves more. The story begins with me having a shared room with my brother and him having a room inside mine. Ever since he moved out, my sister takes his room and locks herself to study or work, and she can enter my room without permission like it is a hallway. Okay, so it seems as if like it's a big room and then there's like a smaller room in it.
Yeah.
When she begins to work, my parents force me to leave the room, and I'm not allowed to enter mine or her room since it's hers. Today I decided to stay in the room and tell her to just study in hers, and she went insane. She told my parents, okay, this is kind of confusing, but basically, oh wow, since then I went to live with my grandparents who are welcoming and gave me their own room.
Okay,
hold on.
First of all, how old are you?
15.
She's 15? Dang. Because if she was like 18, I'd be like, girl, get out.
She's 15. I mean, but there's no reason to be spoiled at any age.
No, I mean, the way she's portraying her sister, she sounds like a spoiled brat. So if it is truly the way she is portraying it, then yeah, I would have probably told her to like get the hell out like a long time ago.
I don't know. I don't
know, but you're also 15, so
I don't think you're the asshole. I don't think you're an asshole, but
if the scenario is the way that you're painting it, you're not an asshole.
yeah.
Go live with your grandparents and have a happy life. Like, yeah. Like,
I think it's
go, girl.
I think it's a bit of a...
Also, your grandparents are sweet for giving you their room.
Yeah, I feel like...
Touching.
Oh, wait, no. Hold on. It gave me my own room. Whatever. Still...
Whatever.
Sweet.
They still gave you a room in their house.
The thing is that, like... I think that's a little bit of a drastic measure to go live with your grandparents. I understand why you would feel frustrated because... there's no right to anybody taking your room.
Well, the way that the story is told, the parents seem to give this other child everything. So why? Like, I'm not going to stand for that. I'd leave too when I'm 15. I'd run away.
Just grab a little suitcase.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel
like you're not going to treat me like that. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I don't think you're the asshole. If it's exactly the way that this is, I don't think you're the asshole.
Also... 15
there's a lot going on when you're 15.
Yeah. So it may not, but we trust you. We believe you. It is the way that it is. You're not an asshole.
All right. That was our last one.
All right, guys. That is the end of this episode. If you liked it, if you want to hear more and you want to stay tuned, hit the subscribe button or the follow button. I don't know what we do with podcasts. Do we follow or do we subscribe?
We follow. Okay, so we follow on...
See, I told you I'm not tech savvy.
On the podcast platforms, and then we subscribe on YouTube.
Okay.
We also are going to have our social media, so We Don't Shut Up podcast on social media.
Yes.
And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed, and we will be doing one episode a week. Yes. Every week on Wednesday.
Every Wednesday morning, you will have an episode right there waiting for you. So hit that follow button. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your sister, and go listen to us.
We really don't shut up. So
we really don't. We don't shut up, but we try. We're going to try and not make these episodes too long for you so you can actually enjoy.
Yep.
So hit that follow button. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.